Have you ever seen a pork leg boned out and turned into ham? Well, let's get into it. Firstly, we've got to separate this hip bone. These guys have been soaking for about 9 days in the pickle, 1 day of pumping, and now they're ready to get turned into ham. So there's a little ball and socket joint here. We'll separate that and just pull towards ourselves, cutting as we go. Disregarding that, we didn't drop it. I didn't see nothing. Did you see nothing? Nope. Tunnel boning. So we go around the bottom of the joint here, and then just looking where that knuckle is. There we go. And there's the hock coming off now. So we're just going straight through that joint there, two little leg bones. In our finished tunnel bone, we've got to go around this side. I like to leave the knee bone with the bone. So we go wide here, down and up, because we don't want to pull that bone out later. I reckon you're better off just taking it off in one go, and then you can just not worry about it. You know what I mean? You don't want to miss it and accidentally leave it in the slicer, because it's gonna ruin your blades pretty quick. Out it comes. We'll roll that in a second. So let's push it aside and get another one. Same thing, hip bone first with a little bit of meat on top. So we'll leave that with the leg just by running along the flat of it. There we go. And we're going to go down near the bottom and bring it up and around the hip and then up and underneath the hip. Pop. Doing all that just leaves this ball and socket joint exposed. Then we can get in between that, knock the sinew. You can see that little lump there. So we knock that. When we got that off, the rest just follows. Nice and easy. So we pump our hams. We pump them about I'm going to say 12% with the nitrite, water, salt. Pretty simple. We don't like fucking around. We think simple things done right are the best way to do things. So they go up about 12%. Then we soak them for about 8 to 9 days. And by the time we cook them, they lose about 18%. So all that moisture that we've injected is gone. We're left with a nice clean ham. It's not too wet, but it's moist enough. And it's not, it's not waterlogged and it's not gluggy. It's just a good old fashioned ham. So it's how it should be before the big small goods companies took over and reamed everything up 300% and bought the imported pork and, did all the dirty stuff that we, as a small producer, refuse to do, which I suppose that's why our prices are higher and why we stay small. Go figure. Right, putting all this meat back in here, just fleecing down, nice and easy. Look at that. Beautiful. That'll be a good little treat for the doggo. Right, to get these nice and straight, it's pretty simple. I like to pretty much put the round into the rump. If you put the round into the rump first as your first string, that seems to hold your shape. So a lot of the big boys run these through a bazooka and just use a netting like a pressurized bazooka. We don't really do that. We do it old school. So running a string down the guts here, and that sort of keeps your shape. And now we can go on the biggest part first. So I like to go up on the rump generally, up on the rump, up on the butt, and just run the lines down. So nice and easy. Traditional butcher's knot, you tie it in on itself, off you go. So we do about probably, I'm going to say about 80 of these a week, I reckon, at the moment. And they all get cooked. We do 2 batches a week, 40 sort of goes in at once. And they take about 15 hours on average to cook. So it's a long, slow process, smoked the whole way. It's, the old-fashioned way of doing it. And honestly, I reckon, I don't know, there's no school like the old school, you know what I mean? That string's a bit wonky, so let's bring it back. These strings are good, these slip knots, because they can lock in once you lock them in, but you can move them about up until that point. So there you go, guys. There's our boneless leg ham, ready to go in the oven. And I don't know, one of the best things you can do, I reckon. I love a butcher's ham. So there you go. Have a look at that. We'll hold it up in a sec. Happy days. Have a good one, guys. Peace.